Dear students, in our previous class, we have discussed about the arithmetic expressions of stack. So, in our today's class, we are going to change and we are moving to our new topic under data structures, that is queues. Okay, this is also the classification of data structure. Just like stack is one of the classifications of data structures, and the same way queues is also a classification of data structure. What actually the queue means? Come, first I will explain you what is meant by the queue. Then in detail we shall discuss regarding queue. Queue. Okay, how can we explain this? Queue is an ordered collection of items where insertion of new item takes place at one end called race, and the removal of an existing item takes place at other end called front. And finally q follows FIFO principle. Q follows FIFO principle. Okay, I will ask you in generally what is meant by a queue. Then you will clearly answer that queue means a line of something. Okay, or a line of some items, or you can say it as a line of the peoples, or the line of a public can be called as a queue, which is waiting for something. Here queue means the same explanation is here. Look here, take an example as your class line. While doing prayer you will stand in a line, and that line can be called as a queue, because if later your friends come and try to join your line, then they need to be joined at the end of the line itself. Okay, they cannot enter in middle of the line or in middle of your queue, and also they cannot enter in front of your queue. Okay, only they can join at last of your queue. Okay, here the same example if we take is an ordered collection of items. Think is an ordered collection of second PUC students. Okay, where insertion of new item takes place at one end called rare. Okay, if your friends later come and join your line, then where your friends will join, that is the back of your line. Okay, that end can be called as a rare end. Insertion of new item. It means your friends who will come later join your line. Okay, and that end is called as rare end. And the removal of an existing item takes place at other end called front. After completing your prayer, you cannot able to move from your back side. Okay, then you need to move from your front side only. The person who is standing at first in your line, he or she will move first. Okay, then only the other can able to move, right? Then that end is called as a front end, from where you will start moving. That end is called as front end, and from where your friends will come and join, that is called as rear end. Okay, so Q follows FIFO principle. FIFO means first in, first in, first out. First in, first out. It means the person who is standing in first of your line, he will move out first from your line. That is called as first in, first out. Or an item which is inserted into the queue at first will be removed from the queue at first itself. Okay, I will give you an example here. See, think this as a queue. It is having some items like A, B, C, D. Name this as 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, see, this is rear end and this is front end. Look, the difference is this is a queue. Okay, this is a queue. And I will write here one more thing, that is A, B, C, D. 0, 1, 2, 3. This is top, okay, and this is base. So this is completely a stack. See, the difference is stack here queue. One end is called as rear, another end is called as front. In stack, one end is called as top, the another end is called as base. The difference here is both the ends of a queue are open. Okay, here only one end of a stack is open, the other end is closed. Okay, here inserting new item takes place at one end. Okay, and removal of an existing item takes place from next end. Okay, here inserting a new item takes place at the end, and the removal of an item will take place from the same end. Okay, but here the element or the item which is inserted at first, okay, first D is inserted. Okay, the element or item which is inserted at first will be removed from the queue at first. But here the element which is inserted at last will be removed from the queue from the stack at first, because the other end is closed. Here first in, first out means we have inserted D at first, and D itself is removed from the stack from the queue at first. So this principle is called as first in and first out. Here totally the place where the item is inserted is called as a rear end, and the place from where the item will be taken out is called as front end. So this is regarding Q. So it follows FIFO principle, that is first in and first out principle. Okay, dear students, now we shall discuss the types of queues. Types of queues. Types of queues or types of queue. There are four types of queue. The first one is simple queue, and the next one is circular queue. The third one is priority queue. and the last one is DQ. DQ. This can be called as double-ended queue. Double-ended queue. There are four types of queue. One is simple queue, another one is circular queue, the next one is priority queue, and the last one is DQ or double-ended queue. So, dear students, come we shall discuss these types of queues one by one in today's class. First one is the simple queue. What the simple queue means? Okay, simple queue means it is same as the definition of queue. In simple queue, or else I will remove or I will erase all these things so that you can understand clearly. In simple queue, an addition of new item takes place at rare end and the removal of or the deletion of or removal of existing item takes place at front end. First, what I have explained regarding queue, that is the explanation for the simple queue. Is in simple queue, an addition of new item takes place at the rear end and the removal or the deletion of existing item takes place at front end. Okay, take one example here. Okay, this is a queue. It contains some item as A, B, C, D. Here, take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and this end is called as a rare end. So this item is called as rare. Okay, this is called as rare, and this is called as front, because from here the items will get deleted or removed from the stack. So therefore, rare equals 1 and front equals 5. See, rear end equals 1, front end equals 5. This means here at rear end the items can be added. Okay, then from the front end the items can be deleted from the front end. So this type of queue can be called as a simple queue. Okay, so come next we shall see what is meant by the circular queue. Circular queue. Okay. A circular queue is a queue in which each node is called as each node, or we can call it as all the nodes. All the nodes are treated as circular. Okay, I will give you an example and I will explain you. Later you will come to understand. Okay, then such that the last node follows the first node. The last node follows the first node. Okay, we shall take an example here, and by giving that example, I will explain you. Then you come to know what is meant by the circular queue. Look here. This is front end. This can be called as a rear end. Okay. And what it states here, the last node follows the first node. See, this is the last node, and this will follow the first node. Okay, look here. A circular queue is a queue in which all the nodes are treated as circular. Think these things as nodes. Okay, this is node 0, node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5, node 6, node 7, and node 8. Nodes. Okay, nodes as I have written here. Okay, each node can be called as a circular, and here the last end or the last node will again be connected to the first node. Means the item which is removed from this queue is again inserted into the same queue from the rear end. So this type of queue we can call it as circular queue. Here rear equals 0. Okay, this is 0. Then front equals, what is there? 8. This type of queue can be called it as circular queue. Okay, this is the second type of a queue. Next we shall see the third type of a queue, which can be called as a priority queue. Third type is called as priority queue. Priority means here items can be inserted or removed at any end or from anywhere of the queue. That type of priority is given to this queue. So this queue can be called as a priority queue. It means nodes or items can be inserted anywhere in the queue, and items can be removed from anywhere from the queue. So that type of queue can be called as a priority queue. Now we shall see what actually the priority queue means. A priority queue is a queue is a queue which contains items that have some preset priority. Some preset priority. This priority queue is already containing the items. Okay, and these items are having some preset priority. Come, we shall see what is the priority these items are having. An element can be inserted or removed from any position depending on some priority. Depending on some priority. I will give you the example so that you can understand it clearly. Okay, I will take one queue here which has 3 nodes. Zero, 1 and 2. 0, 1 and 2. Here items are removing from the queue. Okay. Null. 20, 40, then 50, okay, then 60, then 70, then finally null. And at last 8. This can again be called as null. Look here, this is a queue, okay, and this can be called as a priority queue. Okay, priority queue. Here in this queue, okay, items can removed or items can be inserted, okay, can be inserted or removed from any position depending on some priority. From 0, if possible, we can remove or add items from one node 1. From node 0, we can able to remove or insert items or elements. From node 1, we can able to insert or delete items. From node 2, we can able to insert or delete items. So this type of queue can be called as a priority queue, where the items can be inserted or removed at any position, but depending on some priority. So this type of queue can be called as a priority queue. And so now we shall see the last type of queue, that is D queue or doubly ended queue. D queue or double ended queue. Okay. Double ended queue. What is meant by double ended queue? Come, we shall see what is meant by double ended queue. It is a type of queue. It is a type of queue in which, okay, insertion and deletion of elements or items, okay, takes place at both the ends. Both the ends. Okay, I will give an example, then you will come to understand. So, think it as a queue. Okay, because both end is both of the ends is open here. Okay, these are the nodes or items. Here, rare. Okay, item can be inserted, and front item can be removed. Here also, rare. That means item can be C. Rare. Then front. See, double-ended queue or D queue. It is a type of queue in which insertion and deletion of items take place at both the ends. It means this end, it is a rear end as well as it is a front end, and this one is also a rear end as well as front end. In any of the ends, if we want to insert a new item, we can insert either from this end or from this end. Okay, or if we want to remove an item from the queue, then we can able to remove either from this end or from this end. So this type of queue will be called as a double ended queue or the D queue. Hope you have understood regarding queue and types of queues. A queue is an ordered collection of items in which the insertion of new item takes place at the end called as rear end, and the removal of an item takes place at the other end, which is called as front end. But queue follows FIFO principle, that is first in, first out. The element which is inserted first will be removed from the queue at first. There are four types. One is simple queue, then circular queue, then priority queue, and then D queue. Simple queue means same as the queue, insertion takes place at rear end and removal takes place at front end. Circular queue means each node will be treated as circular. The rear end or the front end or the last node will be connected to the first node. It means front end will be connected to the rear end. This type of queue is called as circular queue. And other one is priority queue, which contains items with some priority. It means from any position, insertion and deletion of item can be done or can take place, but with some priority. And the last one is DQ, that is double-ended queue. insertion and deletion of an item will take place from both the ends, and this type of queue can be called as a double-ended queue. Hope you have understood regarding queues and types of queues. In our next class, we will discuss the memory representation of queue. Just as we have discussed the memory representation of stack, here also we will going to discuss the memory representation of queues. That is two types. One is representing using array, the other one is memory representation of queue using linked list. So up to here, hope you have understood. If you have any doubts regarding these things, you can ask me personally. Thank you.